Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. I'm your host Mick, and I'm joined by
Colby Chapman.
Landon Browning.
Wil Dobratz.
and
David Parker.
welcome to the show, guys. Welcome, Dave.
Hello.
Hello.
This is the first time in either a while or ever that we've had 5 people on the show.
Would you have say it's been a while since
I would say it's been a while. Yeah.
What's the date?
The date is October 6th, 2019. It is currently 4:23 p.m.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, 2 weeks in a row.
That's probably
New
as good
record.
It's probably as good as it's gonna get.
Maybe I was going to say it.
No.
You don't know.
No, you were
No,
going
it
to
was
move on
gone.
to
I
the
don't
next
think so.
topic.
No, you would have, but like 19 and a half minutes in.
It's like, oh yeah.
If it said, it
Today's
said.
October
You know?
6th.
If it said, it said. That's what counts. Earlier today we saw the Joker movie. You guys want to talk about it a little bit, non-spoiler, and then we can
Yeah.
do some spoiler
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Dave, what do you think about it? You and your wife saw it together.
Yeah, we saw it on Friday. I really liked it. Bree liked it, I think, more than I did. On the whole walk home,
Really?
she was like, "I really like that movie. I really like that movie."
What was your
And
guys'
she wants
favorite
to see it
joke
again.
in the movie?
I liked the Sense one.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah. that's
short and
funny.
sweet.
Yeah. So thumbs up from you guys.
Yeah, I thought Joaquin Phoenix was really good. His casting was about as perfect as you can get for that kind of character.
Yeah. I see your wife.
He's definitely like up par. He's like on par with
Heath Ledger.
as
Well, yeah,
Joker,
that's one thing I thought was really.
but still far under Jared Leto.
No one can touch Jared Leto.
Oh my gosh.
Your wife is in the background. Can she just give her 2 cents on it?
Sure. Hey, Bree, come here really quick.
Bree, you're needed.
Bree says, I'm learning.
Michael wants to know what you thought of the film.
Non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler.
Hi, Michael.
And Landon, Will, and Colby. Bree, you have
I really
5
liked
seconds.
I can't hear anything you're saying, but yeah, we saw it the other night and I really liked it.
Good.
All right. Yay.
Thanks, Bree.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
All right. That's
That's
Bree's
Dave.
movie opinions. Tune in next week to.
Anyway, she really liked the movie.
Well, that was a disaster.
She gave a really enthusiastic 2 thumbs up. So
Hey, you know, she's not as versed in this whole podcast universe.
yeah.
She's studying. You know, she's smart, so that's why she doesn't talk for a living. Not that any of us do this for a living.
Yeah, are we making money on this? Probably not.
Dave's pocketing
Nope.
it all.
Dave won't tell us if we do.
We're hemorrhaging money,
We are. Yeah. We.
so there's that.
Okay, Will, what do you think?
Warner Bros wants to, advertise the show though.
Oh.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you, Dave. I think I stated my opinion while Dave was talking, so. your
Okay,
turn.
Landon? No, go ahead, Will.
So, I mean, movies like that are a little hard for me to get a bit more on board with. I thought the acting was amazing. I thought how the movie was made was also incredible, but I had a hard time with the general storyline, and we'll get more into it. It's not that it was bad. It's just it's hard for me to like a film as depressing, and I think I can say that with no spoilers. Depressing as this movie.
Yeah.
So, it's a pretty depressing movie.
But it
and
was a
it's
comedy.
I mean, his life is not a tragedy. It is a comedy.
Will, I want to hear your best Joker laugh. Brilliant. Okay,
you,
Landon,
thank
what'd you think?
I liked it. I liked the acting a lot. Joaquin Phoenix was really good. And I really liked Robert De Niro's character. He was probably actually my favorite character. And then what's that chick's actress?
Zazie Beetz?
Yeah, I like her too. She was good in the movie. that was really only there wasn't too many characters actually. Like
Not
there's that,
really,
and then I
no.
mean Thomas Wayne was in it, and then I can't think of any
Alfred.
other.
His
Briefly,
mom.
his mom was an important character too, but like it wasn't a high. When you think of it, it was mostly just about Joaquin Phoenix, really.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
100%.
it wasn't.
He had all the character development, all the everything.
And I think that was good for the movie. Like,
Yeah.
if they went too big with it, it would have lost its kind of
100%.
purpose.
It's a movie about the Joker, not about the people
The
surrounding
Joker's
the
friends.
Joker.
The Joker and friends.
Suicide Squad.
But I liked it overall. I still got that kind of vibe. I got like a heavy like indie film vibe from it, somewhat like the pacing of the story and like the music and stuff. Like, because there really wasn't like I didn't even feel like there was that much dialogue, really either. It was a
Or
lot of
action.
Yeah, it was really just I don't know.
It was a character study.
Yeah, I got heavy indie vibes. Not like the quality of it or anything, but just the storytelling
Yeah.
of it.
I get that.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Colby?
I enjoyed the film, but for the most part, throughout the entire thing, I was left very uncomfortable. Like just watching.
It was a very unsettling movie.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
like
100%.
you don't watch it and you're not smiling.
No, I
It's
laughed at a couple
very,
parts,
Hmm.
like, and nobody else really laughed. But
Gosh dang him.
they're just some of his jokes. They're funny.
Yeah. I enjoyed the film quite a bit. It's a movie that's hard to watch. I don't know if I'll necessarily see it again. I probably will, but it's not a movie that I'm like, man, that was awesome. Like, I want to go see it again, type of thing. But it was good in its own special way. But yeah, like you guys said, it was really tense.
What
Yeah.
it tried to go for, it succeeded in every single way.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Dave, would you agree?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's like a ton we can like besides just our general opinions on it. Like that isn't spoil. Like
Should we head into spoiler territory
I
now?
mean, like, would you recommend this? Would you guys recommend this movie just to anybody, or would you like?
No,
put it-
100%.
I mean,
cautionary.
definitely a mature audience.
Yeah, definitely.
type of movie.
It earns the R rating.
Yeah.
It's just so bleak.
Yeah.
Like if there's
Yeah.
someone that I know doesn't enjoy those kind of experiences or stories, I don't think I could say, hey, watch this movie because you're gonna be glad you did.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't tell my dad to watch this movie.
Friend of the show, Jonah, he watched it the other day.
Oh, he
and,
probably loved it. Right?
and he texted me. He was like, that movie was just like a gut punch. And now seeing it, I can definitely back that up. It definitely
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, friend of the show, Jonah. Probably give it an 11 out of 10, right?
Probably.
Have
Yeah.
you guys read any of the official reviews of the movie?
I have
No.
not.
I looked
I
at
know the tomato
IGN
meter is
score.
like 75%, something around there. Some critics are really disliking it because
Some of
they
the critics
don't like.
really dislike it, and I think their reasoning for it is not really fair. I think you guys should read some of the more high-profile reviews after we record to see what you guys think. Because I read quite a few after I watched the movie, and a lot of them were saying that the movie was really shallow and that it was like trying too hard. And I thought
Like it was like
that the movie was
self-indulgent.
trying.
like-
Yes, that it was very self-indulgent. There's quite a few reviews that were saying that, and I thought it was almost the opposite.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It felt like it really took its time with developing certain
I
things.
thought-
and
Maybe like shallow, I can understand that a little bit, just because like the depth of maybe the philosophy of the movie isn't that deep, but like I don't think there was any kind of overindulgence to the character or the story. I thought it was really actually kind of underplayed, which I thought worked really well. So when I was reading all these reviews, I was kind of confused how they were coming from this position of thinking that this movie was like trying too hard. So I think you guys should check out some of the reviews after this.
Yeah,
'cause
I'll have
it's
to,
probably just
yeah.
gonna make you
100%.
upset.
Because I
'Cause
would
I was reading
actually
them going like, did they see this?
see the same movie.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of people were out to get this film,
Oh,
especially leading up
100%.
to its release. There's a lot of
Fan score is very high.
yeah, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of
critic review is
Mm,
kind of somewhere
in
middling.
between.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of people leapt on. I know I saw there's some controversy over like screening it in theaters. Like people were like thinking that like violence was gonna erupt and stuff. Did you guys read any of that? Like
I read that a little bit.
Yeah, I heard a
I read
little
all that
bit of
after
that.
the fact. I didn't hear about any of it beforehand, which made it funnier because all the reviews were talking about like, you know, that they think this is going to incite violence or whatever, and it's like it's causing a huge controversy. And I didn't even hear about the controversy until I started looking up
yeah,
stuff about the movie. So
people
I
are
don't
just
think-
looking for.
I think so. Yeah.
I think they're just for some reason they seem to be associating it with that shooting that happened in Colorado.
The
during that-
Aurora shooting.
Yeah, during the
Mm.
Dark Knight Rising
Yeah.
thing. Like I saw a lot of stuff tied to that, which doesn't make any.
Well, yeah, I think part of the reason was the guy that committed those crimes. He was dressed up as a Joker type person. And
Yeah.
A lot
But
of people though thought, from what I was reading, or maybe not a lot of people, but some of the reviews that I had read were people thinking that it was going to cause like violence by incels,
Yeah.
which I thought was so stupid. Because I don't know, it's just
I saw a poster, like a thing stapled on a door that was like, "No one that looks like they're a virgin's allowed to come in and see this movie because we don't want them to like start like hurting people." It's like, what?
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 Yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird.
I would agree.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of people were making jokes or being serious about the movie being dangerous,
Yeah.
which
it seems unfair to the movie because there's a lot other movies that I feel like are much more likely to cause issues and stuff.
yeah,
It's
There's a
unfair.
Spike Lee movie called Do the Right Thing that is from 1989, and that movie, like in the movie, it's literally like kind of a race war that's going on in New York during the hottest day of summer,
Mm-hmm.
and it ends with like the main character who's played by Spike Lee, he ends up like siding with the majority of the African American people that live in the neighborhood and attacking this pizza joint that's owned by an Italian American in the same neighborhood. Sorry,
Is Sam Jackson in that?
he is. Yeah, he plays the
Okay.
DJ.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but it doesn't matter.
Wow.
I could see that movie causing a lot more violence and
what about like or even like Fight
kind of
Club too,
stirring
like
thoughts
like
and stuff.
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Yeah, or something
Fight
like
Club's
Fight
way
Club,
more
something-
messed up than this
Yeah,
film
this
was.
movie, like I said, it's really underplayed. It's pretty tame when it comes to like what I think this could actually affect people in the real world. Even when you think of the character himself, like he didn't mean to cause all the stuff that happens, and in the end, he doesn't like care that much. At least doesn't seem like it. He seems kind of he basks in it, kind of close to the end. But
Spoiler.
Yeah, are we
He-
spoiling
spoiler
it?
warning?
Are we spoiling stuff now?
I mean, I've been pretty vague with what I've been saying. So.
Well,
but
you're
it's still-
you're getting
you're getting into-
in the
yeah,
ballpark.
really.
So let's say spoiler alert right here
from now
from
on.
now on. So
Wow, Dave.
so
Joker
continue,
drops the
Dave.
nuke on Gotham. And he's wearing Thomas Wayne's skin over his own.
The nuke directly hits Thomas Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a dangerous movie. I also don't think it's something like I liked it, but it's not something that's like I didn't think it was like such a powerful message or anything.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it was just a,
Yeah.
That's why I
No,
agree
it was
with
pretty
shallow.
like surface level philosophy,
Yeah.
like philosophy 101.
yeah. So
Nothing too deep,
yeah,
but it was a great movie.
yeah.
So question: what would you guys say is the main message of the movie?
If somebody seems like
Not
they're
all
crazy,
jokes are
laugh
funny.
at their jokes.
What do you guys think is the main message of the movie? I'd like to hear it.
I don't really know. I don't really think there was a message.
You don't
really.
think there was a
Like
message?
just maybe like sometimes society kind of like puts people
I think
down.
maybe
I
the
don't-
takeaway from the movie is we should better address mental health
yeah.
and work on trying to rehabilitate people or recognize mental health issues in people to prevent bad things like this happening. The theme of the movie, though, I guess. Oh goodness.
I think the message
That-
is if you're a little kid, don't let a grown man shove his thumbs in your mouth. That's probably what you
Sure.
should take away from it.
Because the hard part about this movie with me is it feels like a lot of the things that the main character went through is just people to people interactions of people being jerks. You know, people are jerks to him, and it puts him over the edge.
Right, like at the end, he was saying like, nobody cares about me, and
Nobody cares
you know,
about
no
me.
one, you just walked by me on the street. Now I'm here, and now you're
Mhm.
paying attention, like that. Type
Yeah.
of stuff.
That scene
I-
in the end is the best when he's in the on the TV show.
Yeah,
I
My
think-
heart was beating so hard, and like I knew what was gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
But
you knew it was
Still,
gonna happen
it's
from
like-
watching the trailer. Like you know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like you knew
Yeah.
that was like. I remember I talked to you specifically about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, like I can't wait to watch. Spoilers again. Joaquin Phoenix kill Robert De Niro on live TV. Like
well, I know, Dave, you've read the Dark Knight Returns, right?
mhm.
It's that's pretty much straight out of that.
I
graphic
watched that
novel.
with you too.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's a really good cartoon movie.
Except he doesn't kill the entire audience. Also,
yeah.
No, yeah, he didn't have
Which,
flying robots.
That wasn't his
with,
kind of
gas.
character. Like
He didn't wanna
wasn't
kill
the same
everybody.
Joker.
No.
Yeah, he didn't want to kill everybody. He just wanted to
Killed
make a point.
few
I think.
people.
Yeah, a few people. I loved the scene on the train when he shoots the guys on the train.
Yeah,
That was awesome. With,
That was- that was
going
kind of
in and
his,
out
like,
tunnels.
turn
Yeah,
into
he
That's a
leaves and
defining
he's
start of
actually
his
happy.
character.
Like he's like he left and he's like he felt pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and two, like it's interesting seeing him just feel more happy and alive when he's in the makeup and he has the colorful clothes on and so like he's more happy with himself at that point.
yeah.
There was a lot they did with him that I really liked. That I was afraid they were going to go different directions. I tried to keep from like knowing too much about what was going to happen in the movie. So for the most part, all I knew was just from that one trailer. But like, part of me was afraid that since it was a comic book movie, that they were going to try to turn Joker into like this actual like anti-hero in the story,
Oh
and he really ends still as just like
no!
this bad guy.
Which
I was
did
really
you
glad.
see something that made you think that, or were you just in your mind you were just hoping that it wouldn't be that way?
Just hoping in my mind because it still was a DC movie that has a well-known character that the company doesn't want to lose money on.
Yeah.
And if you've seen any movie, like thinking of Deadpool as an example, like Deadpool isn't a bad guy. He's not a great guy, but he's still like doing good things in the movie, kind of just not in the
Like
bad way.
Suicide Squad.
Think of
everyone
Venom,
Suicide-
too.
Yeah,
like
like Suicide Squad
Venom.
or whatever. But that was not the case for Joker. I thought they were maybe going to like have Joker rally all these people together
Oh.
and like
ooh.
be leading like this
Ooh.
resistance
That'd be
against
so
actual
terrible.
bad people, and then make Joker look like the Deadpool, like
Yeah, that
kind
would.
of a bad good guy.
You're right. That would
And
ruin the
I'm
movie.
really
That would be
glad
ter- that would be
they
absolutely
did
terrible.
not go in that direction.
No, yeah, that would have been pretty bad.
It would have been awful, but it wouldn't have surprised me. It would have
Yeah.
seemed like a very typical approach to an R-rated comic book movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This movie really does not give a crap. Like about like you know what I mean, like about this
Yeah.
perception, like what like sticking to the standards of a superhero. It's just
Right.
it's literally just kind
I
of.
thought that was one of its greatest strong suits too. I mean, like you can just take out some of the names, and you wouldn't know this has anything to do with Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Batman, towards the end of the movie, I was surprised they actually showed as much stuff they did with
I did wish they would have not shown
that. That to me felt a little kind of like, oh, and here you go, Batman fans. Like it seemed a little tied on.
Like them showing his
I think
parents
they,
get
if
killed
they
or
could have
just
just
showing.
shown
Yeah.
the guy like
Yeah.
like
I
follow
follow
them
them.
the alley and then
Exactly. I thought like if
Cut
they just
there.
kind of hinted
like we would
towards
have
it.
known what was gonna
Exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that was like okay, like
Yeah.
we see this again.
Yeah,
type of
'cause
thing.
happen. The 8th time.
To be
Right.
fair, that I think
be
the film tried
fair.
to operate on a completely independent basis. So while assuming that would be assumption of prior Batman knowledge, so if you truly look at it as an independent film, I think it completes the story of what's going to happen, even though we all know like it was going to happen. For somebody who possibly doesn't know somehow, that kind of ties the whole entire thing in a circle, if that makes sense.
I mean, it wasn't like gratuitous like it was at the beginning of
Batman
v
v
Superman. But like I understand where you're coming from, where it's like if it's someone that isn't as in tune with these movies, then it's like, hey, wait, that seems familiar.
Yeah.
How do I know this situation?
I would have liked it if what you guys said, if it just showed the guy like it shows them go down the alley and then it just shows that one guy turn and like start
Right,
That's what I
or
was
and they
hoping,
can like
yeah.
back out of the alley and then just have the gun flashes like reflecting off a wall or something like
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
I just thought it was like too on the point of like, okay, we're
yeah.
showing this.
I did like how it ties in because it's like kind of a joke to me because it's like, you know, before it's like, oh, Thomas and what's the mom's name?
Martha.
When they're like, oh, they get murdered in the spooky
Martha?
alley, even though they're
Martha.
even
No,
though
yes.
like even
Hey,
though they're like there's these
Martha.
rich billionaires and somehow
Yeah.
they're in this like shady alley. Like it made it fit with it. Like the whole town's rioting.
Right,
They're trying
yeah.
to get out of this.
Because in a lot of
theater,
other
like-
ways, it's like they're in this really nice opera, a really nice theater, and then they go out the back door in like the most slummy like
Yeah.
back alley ever. But yeah, in this movie,
So like
it
I
made
like
more
that
sense.
fit. Like it's like
Yeah.
cool. Like and it
Yeah.
kind of ties Batman to the Joker. Like Joker didn't actually have anything to do,
Right.
but like some actions somewhat
Yeah.
related to
That I was afraid of that they would have Arthur Joker
Like literally kill him.
kill him. Like,
Oh,
well,
that'd be terrible.
they did
too.
that in the 1989 Batman.
Yeah, that was.
and
like,
I think that's
you ever dance
that-
with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I don't like that like version of the Joker. I
No.
don't think that it just doesn't feel right. But yeah, so I'm glad they didn't go that way.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the another thing kind of dealing with the Waynes? Like, did you guys like the kind of the subplot of them like him thinking that Thomas Wayne was his dad?
I didn't mind it. I thought it moved the story along, like his character development along pretty
Yeah.
well because it was a mission that he had to go on, like in his own mind, a mission to figure out more about himself, and and just it's another one of those moments where society hits him in the
Yeah.
face and just kind of
Like the
You
one
know,
person,
leaves him
the
hanging.
one person he thought he could trust his mom. Turns out she was just nuts.
right with his
Like,
mom, the person he thought was his dad,
Yeah.
not his dad.
and he just punches him in the face. Like
Right, yeah. It's like that's probably the exact opposite of what he thought that interaction with
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne was going to be like.
Yeah. A lot of bad things happen to him, and then he does a lot of worse things to other people.
Colby, what were some of your favorite moments in the movie?
One thing that really stuck out to me was when he's writing in his journal / joke book.
Joke book.
And I think the quote was something like, "The worst part about having a mental illness is people expect you to act like you don't have one," or something similar to that.
Oh no, the behave, right?
Yeah, not to behave. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you see the
What
movie,
was
you'll
the-
know.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, try not to behave. I can't remember. I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I spent forever like trying to read it, and like for some reason my brain like wasn't like didn't look
That-
like it was written right. or
Okay,
something,
I don't
like-
know if anybody else has this problem, but like in a lot of movies, they show like text on a page, or like they go into a newspaper and like show
Oh.
text, and a lot of times, unless they like underline exactly what they want the audience to read, I'm like scrambling
Like
to
they
like
did in
what,
that
the whole
like,
thing.
What are they
Like-
trying to what are they trying to show me here? What text is
Yeah,
important?
yeah.
I feel like that's
No,
always
yeah.
me in movies.
I always get like
Michael's like,
one sentence that
left to
clearly
right.
doesn't matter.
Top to bottom.
Yeah.
to read at supersonic speed.
Yeah. That just stuck out to me though because it was kind of like mainly his motive towards people who he wanted to kill.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
because like you said earlier, he didn't want to kill everyone.
Yeah.
I think that was clear.
Yeah, because he kills Randall with the scissors. That was extremely violent.
I'm so glad he let the other guy live.
Yeah. He's like, "You can go." Guy's like jumping up, trying to
He's
reach
like,
that lock.
You're the only nice one to me, and kisses him on the top of the head.
That scene was like again, you knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like you
Mhm.
knew he was gonna kill that dude, but like it was so graphic. Like,
And
but it was fast. Though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it unfolded so fast.
Yeah, dude. When the other guy, the little person went to
What were you gonna say? Landon?
the little person went to walk by, and like he like like startles him. He like jumps out at him real quick, like, and he starts
yeah.
laughing. I was like, oh my god, like that made me jump. I was like, oh dude, because like I thought he was gonna kill him for a second. Like,
No. Yeah.
yeah.
The movie did a really good job at making things that are funny in the universe of what was happening be really unfunny to us as the audience, and also the opposite. Like especially all of his laughing.
Oh, his laughing was so unsettling.
Yeah.
It was really uncomfortable.
When he was laughing at
Um,
the stand up,
Oh,
that
that was hard to watch.
like, oh, that was tough.
Like if we would have been people sitting near him, Michael and I would have been looking at each other like
Oh yeah,
giggling,
giggling and
like-
stuff. Yeah.
but just because of what we knew and what we could see, it was so uncomfortable.
Same-
but it
yeah.
worked really well. Like
So-
because I feel like it was supposed to make us feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
The way that he Joaquin Phoenix developed that laugh was he studied people that actually have that
Condition.
and so it's I mean I'm assuming it's fairly accurate to what it's like, and it looks horrible.
Oh yeah, like
Like,
you
what
could
made
start
you
to
really
like
like-
somewhat gag, like
Yeah,
and
like,
stuff.
just,
sorry
like-
for him.
Like just gasping for air, and just like you can tell he just doesn't want to laugh at all. You know, he
Mhm.
carries around that card saying, "This is this is my condition. I'm sorry."
yeah.
You know.
Well, and you can tell that he's probably been beat up multiple times
Because of it.
Right. I mean,
because of it.
Thomas
yeah.
Wayne punches him in the face because
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing with the stuff that's like funny to like the audience but not funny to us is like all the jokes that Robert De Niro was making on like that set, like towards him, like he's like cracking the jokes and
Yeah.
stuff, like, and you're just like,
Like,
no.
shut up, dude.
Yeah, like,
Shut up.
dude, like,
Stop. Stop.
But yeah, that's my favorite. I'm just gonna stick with that. That's my favorite scene. That
Yeah.
like 10-minute.
I like when he drops the gun in
Oh,
the
no.
children's hospital.
Oh,
that
funny.
was
That was yeah.
That was such an awkward sequence.
Oh, I
of
know.
events.
And he covers it up by just going, shh.
Yeah. Tries to somewhat stay in character.
Yeah.
This-
Oops.
Yeah. Ugh.
Drop my gun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie. I think I'm gonna think more fondly on it the more I think about it.
Really? I think it's gonna have the opposite effect for me.
You're not gonna like it as much.
Yeah, because with a movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I
Oh,
really
yes.
I didn't like it at first, and then like the good parts stuck out to me more as I kept thinking about it. I think this is gonna have the opposite effect for me.
But
'Cause,
was your initial reaction with this movie kind of the same as Once Upon a Time?
yes and no. I think that because the hard thing about Once Upon a Time is it doesn't have like a coherent like plot too much. It's just kind of a bunch of characters doing things.
So
And there's
good.
only a couple things that affect the main events of the story. It's just kind of a study on, not necessarily a study, but just a film about the lives of three characters that really don't have much to do with each other until like a couple of events.
Right.
With Joker, it was a more like it was an actual storyline that it was more linear, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I know a movie can only be linear in a certain sense, but
Watch Memento.
the fair enough. The hard part that I have with the movie is that it doesn't get anything deeper than be a better person.
Is that a bad message though?
And in a sense, yes, and in a sense, no, because the qualities that like the movie portrays as bad, I think I see in everybody. There are certain qualities in everybody that I see that like. This may sound super depressing, but everybody is kind of on a same selfish level, at least from my perspective. And so when it says, "Oh, just like it certifies a problem," but like there's nothing that it feels like there's nothing like there to that problem.
no solution proposed.
No,
to be
no
able to
solution
address-
proposed. Like there is a solution proposed. It's you see the effect of these bad things, so don't do that. Well, how do I not do that? It's almost like a La La Land. It's almost like a La La Land message almost.
I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
No. Like the term La La Land,
Yeah,
not the
the
movie La La
saying.
Land. Sorry.
I never saw the movie though.
The movie's really good. You should watch it.
I've never seen the saying.
I actually haven't heard the saying.
Me neither.
Clearly, I haven't heard the saying.
Yeah, La La Land's a term for fantasy world. Or,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So that was
I get it. I understand. I know. I know that.
and that's why I understand like the critics saying shallow. Like 100%, I agree with that. I think that while the acting was amazing, the story was great. The themes itself are not almost not applicable because there could be political motivations of increasing funding for mental health, increasing government programs so that you can help more people, and there's this themes of like rich versus poor, but at the same time the themes that revolved around being a better person or something like that, it's hard to get on board with that because it's baseless.
I liked it.
I don't know. Well, it's also an extreme case. It's like you could have the same events happen to like if I'm in Joker's shoes, like, and I have all those like things
clown
happen to me.
shoes?
Like if I get like beat up for waving a sign around, or like have somebody make fun of my stand-up act, like I'm not gonna go out and kill a bunch of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, all right, maybe I kill a couple.
And so that's why there feels like there's a disconnect, is because I think you're right, Landon, in that there's Joker's character is an obvious extreme, and so like there's no drive to be, I feel bad for him, but I don't at the same time. I don't
think you're really supposed to feel bad for him. I didn't feel bad for him.
I felt bad for him.
Like,
he keeps getting just beat up for no reason because he has this condition.
Yeah.
These jerks on the subway were like, you know what? After they're assaulting this girl, they turn to him, they beat the crap out of him for no reason.
But they died.
But then at the same time, he goes around and he shoots
kills them.
people. So
He kills them,
nobody's in the right, and it's saying be a better person when absolutely nobody's in the right. How do you justify the message of be a better person when there's nothing?
Did he kill his neighbor? Did he kill the lady?
I don't know.
Did he
I don't
kill
know
her?
if
How
he
long
killed
have
the
you been
lady.
thinking
I
about
don't
that one? I'm thinking about that, Landon.
What did you
I
guys
think-
think about that? There was a sequence in the movie
Mhm.
where he basically just imagined that this really attractive neighbor of his was like he had a fling with her and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I was getting a little upset because I'm like, like if I gotta kill 3 people on a subway to get with her, like, I mean, maybe that's all you gotta do. Like,
No, I thought it made sense. I think there was a disconnect for me of like, okay, why is she so welcoming of him? And
Yeah.
that felt really weird.
it felt,
And then
it
it's
felt
like,
off.
okay,
It's all in his head.
that was a really good storyline.
I do
and that
love
was
the
really
moment
good
he's in
plot.
her apartment and she's like, "What are you doing in here?" Like,
Yeah,
she's like,
she's
"You're in the
like,
wrong."
You're in the
Isn't
wrong
your name
apartment.
Arthur, and don't you live not here?
And I was like, "Oh." Yeah, so I don't have to kill 3 people on this one.
I thought that was a really good how they framed that and how they actually did that whole thing. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So you felt bad for his character, like, overall.
Yeah, overall I felt,
I felt
bad for his character. I think his actions completely it was almost two-sided was what I was saying earlier, is I felt bad for because he almost was a victim, but also he wasn't at the same time. He completely murdered these people.
Well, yeah, the
and-
fact that he fully embraced the Joker
as a
name
thing is completely in the wrong, and
Yeah.
I guess it's hard because I know it's not like I don't think those it's relatable because I think there's a lot of bad things happening to good people,
Mhm.
but it's such an extreme case, it's hard to go anywhere with it.
I mean, I guess I kind of feel bad for him, but all the things that I just feel like he was somebody that was just on the cusp, from the very beginning. He just almost was waiting for something. There was just something that needed to push him.
Yeah.
Because he'd already in the beginning of the film, you find out he was already in a mental institution for a while,
Right. Yeah.
and then clearly already down on his luck, but clearly also a product of his mom was crazy, abuse and stuff. So it's Colby's smiling for some reason.
I thought you were gonna say a product of Trump's America.
Oh, no.
I looked at Colby, and Colby looked at me, and we're like, "Oh no, is it gonna come?"
He could be though.
You
I mean,
scarred me, man.
I almost said, I was like, "Just another product of Trump's America."
Yeah.
But sorry, I interrupted. What were you saying, Landon?
I don't know. I guess I kind of I didn't feel I felt a little bit bad for him, but like the more
I think
further,
there's something wrong with you if you don't feel bad for him, especially the first half of the movie.
Uh-huh.
First half
He's-
for sure.
Although he's still a person. I think that's what makes me, at least, is like I could be in that exact same situation if I had different like conditions of how I was born, how I was grown up. Just I guess I wouldn't be the exact same, but I could be similar, right? Because you see him, especially later in the movie, it reveals that he was tied to a radiator as a kid and beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what that does to a person versus how I grew up,
Turns
which
him
is
into
in
a
a
killer.
safe family,
Yeah.
both parents. Like it's a definite contrast, and it's hard to not feel almost empathetic. Is that the correct word? Is empathy the correct one? You don't know how they feel.
You would be sympathetic.
Sympathetic.
The
Is that
scary
it?
thing
Okay.
is, though, when you think about it, though, Will, is in real life, there are people that have upbringing much closer to something like yours that turn into people probably more evil than Joker.
More evil than Joker.
yeah.
Well, the Joker in this movie. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Real
mean-
life tends to be actually much worse than most
Most movies.
fiction.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but I think it's. I mean, yeah, of course. I don't know, like, what to say to that. Sure.
It's all situational, though.
Well, it's what you do with it too. Like that's a big part of it.
So I'm going to change gears just a little bit. Here's a question. On my way over here, I listened to one quick video about kind of the ending of Joker and what their thoughts on it was. And their theory was that, and I don't like this type of theory. I think it's always kind of a cop out type of theory when this is applied to
The
anything.
Saint Elsewhere theory.
What?
The Saint Elsewhere theory.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Can
Can you
Um,
explain?
So the very end of the movie, you see him handcuffed to a desk. He's in the asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever leave the asylum? Was he just always in there? Did all of that just take place in his mind? And because there was evidence of stuff happening to him that didn't really happen. So
Right,
their theory
yeah.
was that all of that just kind of happened in this crazy guy's mind that was in Arkham Asylum or Arkham Hospital, they call it in the movie. And then that kill that he does there, I'm assuming he kills that person because there's blood
There's
all over
blood
his
on
shoes.
his shoes.
Yeah.
That's his first actual kill.
Mm.
Because before that, you're kind of led to believe that he escapes custody because people break him out of the cop car and he's glorified by a bunch of the
yeah.
clown followers.
Yeah.
So their theory was that we heard that he used to be in the asylum. Did he ever leave? Was he ever actually out of it?
Yeah, I don't know. That end scene did confuse me a little bit. I was like, oh, they must have caught him after.
Right, yeah. And if they had showed him getting caught, or if that breakout thing didn't happen, then this wouldn't even be like, it wouldn't be a real discussion. But
Yeah.
the fact that there seem to be some missing pieces to
He also
it.
looks way better physical shape too.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
looked
doesn't
fuller.
look bad, like battered and bruised either.
Yeah.
Like because he was in bad, like that car wreck, like left him
And who knows, that could have been like
years down. The
years or
road.
months or whatever down the road.
does-
But
Yeah.
it is an interesting theory. I don't normally like that type of thing where it's like it was all a dream or it never really happened.
Because he has that line though. He's like, I was thinking of a joke, right?
Mhm.
And he's like, you wouldn't get it. So was that like
Yeah.
in his mind the whole thing was a joke or something?
Exactly.
I don't know.
That could make sense.
Yeah,
I
I don't
just-
I don't want to believe that theory. I mean, it's kind of interesting, but I'd rather.
Yeah.
Was the doctor that's in that the same doctor that he sees?
No,
I don't.
Wasn't I
Okay.
I was trying to think.
it
'cause
was she was a different person.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Going back to that, it was a joke, but you wouldn't get it. I think what that meant, how I interpreted it at least, was the issue of mental health versus normal. So him with mental issues would say, "I thought of a joke, but you wouldn't get it. You don't understand me." So that's how I interpreted it.
Because he'd probably tell the knock knock joke.
Yeah, knock.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. But
Yeah. Or the joke he said
or-
on
yeah.
the Murray Show.
Murray. Rip.
Yeah.
So how do you guys? Oh, one more thing before I ask this question. I want to talk about the music. The music I thought was
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was great.
really
Yeah,
really
it was
good. I
great.
talked to Jonah, friend of the show, a little bit about this before he mentioned the music, and he was spot on. The music was so good. It was really primarily like string instrument, like cellos and stuff, and kind of thinking about the Dark Knight movie. Colby, you should watch it someday.
Are you kidding?
That's mainly the theme for the Joker is like razor blades on like cello strings or guitar strings, and just I don't know, something about the stringed instrument just fits with that character I think really well. Some of the stuff I didn't really like was like the more soundtrack stuff with like the pop culture music. There was like maybe one time where I thought it worked okay, but
I can't even remember those parts.
The one that sticks out to me that I didn't really care for that much was when he is kind of happily walking down the stairs and the full Joker stuff. I would have much rather had that string orchestra soundtrack in the background instead of, I can't remember what song it was, but it was like a more pop culture.
I know what you're talking about, but I was actually going to touch on that. When that song starts is when he's getting in an elevator and that elevator door closes. All you see is his face, and he's in that full face paint, full get up, and he's going to the show. I actually felt like that fit really well. It was kind of him, like, because I agree on the stairs probably.
Yeah, because I think eventually they faded that music out and did more of that. I just wish they'd done it sooner because that moment was like, okay, he's the Joker, like that's Joker.
That's who
and
he
playing
is, who he will be
exactly, and playing I wish I remember what song it was, but just playing.
It was the Jock Rock song.
Was it?
It's da na 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 da da da.
All right, that's actually
I
not
have
what
the
it
feedback
sounds
on my
like.
headphones. Okay,
I can't recognize
cut
that at
out?
all.
Can we cut that out? Dave, can you cut that out later? Thank you.
No,
that was rough.
I know what song.
Hey guys,
it is.
who am I? Da 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 da. Hey.
No, I know.
You're gonna go like
I know
that,
exactly
hey,
what
hey,
song
goodbye
you're talking
song.
about.
I was like, what are you
I was
talking
like, it's
about?
definitely not that
It's-
song.
I can't like.
There aren't lyrics, but
I hear myself
Aww.
in a loop. Okay,
I'm-
I can't even talk for more than 2 seconds.
I know what you're talking about, and to me, that's more of, like a pump up song. Like that's a song
I
that
thought
kind
it
of like
fit.
gets you hyped.
I'm
I
with
thought it
Goldie
fit.
on this one.
Like especially when it shows his face on the elevator. Could you stop? Like I just felt like that was him. Like, all right, he's the Joker. This is where things escalate.
Yeah.
Like he recited that joke that he later did.
Yeah.
On the Murphy Show.
I
Murray
love
Show.
that scene though of him on the stairs. It was such a cool moment contrasted with earlier
Climbs
moments.
the stair.
Like he, earlier in the movie, he's just like visually just depressed, just like slowly walking up the stairs. It makes it look like such a hard walk and
It's
stuff.
always dark too. It's like
And then at the end when he's Joker, I mean, he's just like dancing down the stairs and he's in slow motion. It's just it's just a really, really cool visual way to show his transformation.
Yeah.
I believe Joaquin Phoenix is more of a method actor. What do you think he was like on set?
Probably terrible.
I don't know if
Probably
they.
terrible. I heard it. I know there was a clip release of him like cussing out some like the prop people or some of the people helping out.
Landon?
Oh,
No!
gosh.
I guess there's a video of him cussing out some of the people on set. Like during one part, there's audio recording of it. And
He's like, you don't effing listen to me. Nobody
no, he said
does.
something. He's like, he did use some swears. But he's
Some
like,
Landon words.
yeah, some Landon in my van words. I guess he apologized for it. I got like,
Are you okay?
Some
I'm
peanut kernels.
No,
in
I
your-
got a little coffee bean.
Peanut kernels.
Have
Is that a
some
word?
chocolate
No.
covered coffee
They're
ground
shells.
coffee beans. Ugh.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah. So I don't know. He might have been like miserable to be around on set because he. Might
I
have
mean,
been-
he probably could not have been worse than Jared Leto, though. Like the
Yeah, I
stories
don't
of
think
him
he-
as Joker on set.
Sent certain things to.
You know the thing with
his
Jared
co-stars
Leto,
like Jared Leto
Look
did.
it up.
Jared Leto's Joker is garbage. I just want to say that for like his Joker's garbage. Like, do you guys agree with that? Like, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yes.
Yeah,
his like.
I haven't even seen the movie.
you don't.
Thank
need
you.
to.
Thank you.
Don't watch
Spare
it.
yourself. It's so bad.
They could have done a lot with it. Like his Joker he was like the gangster crime lord, which in the comics that's happened before, and it's done really well there. But I don't know what they did with.
I don't even
Him
know what he
and-
was going for.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't like his look. His look.
He's not even needed in the movie.
His looks.
Yeah, he was
His
so
look
shoehorned
sucked. Yeah, his part in the movie was just like, why are you here?
yeah.
I was telling Brie though, because she hasn't seen Suicide Squad.
Mm.
I said
Good for her.
that Jared Leto as Joker isn't even the worst part of that movie. Like that's how bad the movie
That
is.
movie is, yeah. If I could like take back a few things in my life, like watching that might be one of them.
Oh yes.
I'd have like 2 hours left, like 2 more hours stuff I could have done. Plus, I'd like my brain wouldn't be scarred. Like that's probably what
I'd be
that's probably-
less of a jaded individual
yeah.
if I didn't see that movie.
That's what turned Joaquin Phoenix's Joker crazy as he watched Suicide Squad.
In the mental hospital.
Yeah.
I also feel like this Joker was the more, like appearance-wise, kind of
Parents. What?
Appearance.
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 yeah. Like when it comes to his appearance, I felt like it was more natural and kind of more sadistic in a way.
Yeah.
Because you had like Heath Ledger.
Well, you haven't seen that one.
Are you about to talk
so-
about stuff?
Like he looked a lot meaner, but I feel like not as natural, if that makes any sense.
Heath Ledger's didn't look as natural. Or
Yeah.
I don't really know what I don't really know what you mean.
I don't know how else to word it. That's just kind of what I mean.
Well, they're also
Joaquin Phoenix looked more like a real
yeah.
person.
A real life, like Heath Ledger, I think is what Colby is claiming, is that he looked
seems more
straight
like a
out of a comic
character.
book, straight out of a
Yeah.
comic book taken into a real life, kind of like how Bane would look, similar to that comic bookness. And then Joaquin Phoenix looked like an actual Joker
Like an
would in
actual
real
crazy
life,
person.
like an actual
Mm,
like
I would disagree, but I get what you're saying, but I don't think so.
they're also two completely different takes on the Joker. Like they're two different.
yeah.
Like the whole point of Heath Ledger's Joker was to be there was no backstory, there was no rhyme or reason to anything he was doing. Like
Just chaos.
yeah, and like this guy like clearly has like a path that led him to what he was doing.
Right.
Like, but I don't know. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm good. Woo!
You're doing so many bodily functions
Yeah,
over there.
it's- yeah.
Mick, did you have a question for us?
Yeah, you did. And
You
then
did, and then you
rephrased-
never.
Oh, I was just gonna ask which Joker you like better, this or not Jared Leto, but Heath Ledger's Joker.
I don't know. They're
Honestly-
they're too different to
honestly,
compare.
in
Cesar
this-
Romero.
And the I like the mustache Joker. Honestly, this movie Joker, there wasn't a lot of the real Joker in it.
Mm-mm.
He really only showed up for the last like
Oh, but when he showed
20
up,
minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It feels like you have more of Heath Ledger's Joker, but
I say they're incomparable.
I'm gonna
Interesting.
I'm gonna
That's
go
my
with
take.
that too. Like I can't really.
yeah, I'll
They're both
second
great.
that.
Well, you've only seen one of the movies, so.
Dude, stop.
okay, I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm gonna say Heath Ledger's Joker. I think it's still better.
Why?
I like his I like his
Did
performance.
Joaquin die? No.
I like his
Yeah.
performance.
Spoiler alert.
I like his performance better. I like as much as I did like Joaquin Phoenix as Joker. I just like Heath Ledger's take on it better.
The no backstory or just
The no backstory I think is kind of, in my mind, kind of crucial to the character. Even in the book The Killing Joke, where it really shows what happened, even then it's said over and over again that like he remembers it different ways all the time, so he doesn't really know if that's actually what happened to him.
Yeah. I need to read that.
It's
graphic novel.
good. Yeah, don't watch the movie. But and I'm kind of a stickler for things like actual appearances, like what they actually look like. And I get nitpicky with this stuff, but I don't like little things on Joaquin's Joker's face. Like I don't like the red nose. I don't like
Oh, you don't like the
I don't like the
blue-
red
the
eyebrows.
blue,
I don't mind the blue stuff
the
so
hair
much.
lip?
If like the if like the red eyebrows and red nose weren't there, I think in my opinion it would look a lot better. I've never really seen Joker with that type of clown makeup on, which
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean that's just nitpicking at this point, but
Yeah. I liked it in the contrast when he's sitting on set next to all the normally dressed people. Like I liked it there.
yeah. He smoked a lot in this movie.
He did smoke a lot of
I
cigarettes.
feel like every scene with him, he just had a cigarette.
Yeah.
It was the 70s.
I thought it was the 80s.
I got a 70 vibe, but I don't know.
I thought it was like 80.
I literally
80
came
or
in knowing
81.
nothing about the movie.
And he did look more like a traditional Joker. I felt like after the car wreck. I don't know if anybody else noticed that.
well,
Like,
because he
Well,
used his own blood.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
like,
wasn't like
makeup.
lined up makeup or
Yeah.
anything. It was.
Well, Davey, you want to give it out of 5 stars? What'd you think?
Out of 5?
Let's
Or
do
10?
Let's do
Come on,
10.
dude.
20, 30?
Out
Whatever.
of 37, I would probably give like a 34 or 35.
Out of 37?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, do it out of 10. Come on, like.
Out of 10.
I don't know. It was really good, like 9 or 9.5.
Okay. Will, what about you?
I don't know. I'm torn because the movie is so well made versus what, like, its substance versus its style kind of
Mhm.
is where I get torn. So I would say overall maybe like 6 or 7 out of 10.
Okay. Landon?
I think I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. Really liked it, but like I don't know if it's quite in like the upper echelon of movies.
I don't think there's any argument that Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job in it,
yeah.
and
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably
He carried the movie.
he
I
probably
would think.
deserves some type of
Probably an
Oscar
nomination, at
something.
least.
Yeah. I think he did a very good job in the role,
Yeah.
and that's I think probably one of the hardest roles to do for an actor is
Yeah.
Joker,
Yeah.
and do it well. Colby?
I was also gonna give it an 8, but I feel like if I say it got an 8, Landon will just.
No, you can give it an 8. That's
okay,
fine.
then I give it an 8.
I can't believe
I
it.
knew you.
I knew you were
Just,
gonna do
he'll
that.
just be a copycat.
No,
You're just
no,
gonna have to live
I
with the idea
I feel like
of
it
copying
deserves an
Landon.
8.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably give it probably a 9, 8.5, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that
My score could change
yeah.
tomorrow. Also.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Mine could also change tomorrow. Also.
Gosh dang it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, the next day you could look back on it as better or look back on it as worse. You know.
I think I'll consistently look back on the scene on the talk show as like that scene alone. That scene's a 10 for me though. Like he's sitting there just like him and De
because
Niro,
you know the whole time
what's gonna happen.
what's gonna happen, and you're just like
Yeah.
And the
hyperventilating.
and the dialogue that leads up to that point.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Like
watching it escalate.
I loved it. Like Robert De Niro, like he starts out, he's just joking back and forth, and like he actually gets really serious with him. Like dude,
Yeah,
I
'cause he's
love the
like-
serious. Like
Because Joker's like, yeah, I killed those 3 people, and he's like, really, you killed those people? Why'd you do that? Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't like freak out and like,
yeah,
security, grab this crazy
Yeah.
guy out of here. But
yeah, I love their back and forth. Like right before he like blows his brains out.
Do you want to hear another joke?
Yeah. He's like, no, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
yeah,
I do like how he skips over the page of the joke because he's planning on blowing his own. He's planning on killing himself on the
Yeah.
show. And I like
Yeah.
how he like goes to that page and he's like, no, he like flips to like another one. Like,
yep.
yeah,
He said, "No, I don't think I will."
yeah.
Okay. So anything else you guys want to talk about? We had a pretty heavy Joker
I don't think so.
discussion.
I feel pretty
I
good.
think we exhausted
Yeah,
all that, unpacked that movie pretty well.
yeah.
What do you guys think of chain restaurants?
Gosh dang it. I like them. I like them. I'll just say that I do like chain restaurants. I don't.
Endless breadsticks.
Yeah.
Endless fries. Dude.
I do like going to places I've never
Oh,
been
yeah.
to more though. Like, but it's good having like an old reliable every once in a while. Cause like
Buffalo
What
Wild
is your
Wings.
old reliable?
Probably Buffalo Wild Wings for you guys.
yeah, probably. I mean, like I probably like going there the least.
She never
so
fails.
It's a good solid.
I like Red Robin.
Red Robin's classic.
Yeah. I like diner food the most though.
Define diner food.
Like Calico Kitchen.
Like chicken and waffles?
Define.
I like
Calico
chicken
Kitchen.
waffles. Chicken waffles are
Breakfast place.
I like going to a breakfast.
Define breakfast place.
I like going
I'm
to
gonna punch you in the
good.
face.
I like going to a good local like diner for breakfast. Like they have a lunch menu, but I'm never gonna touch it. Like I'm gonna get some eggs. I'm gonna get some country fried steak.
We
Little hash
I
browns.
And
tried
then
a
you
burger
won't
at
eat it.
Calico before.
Was it good?
It was pretty good.
I'll never
Yeah, I had a
forget.
spinach wrap one
I had the
time at
Thor
Calico.
burger.
It was
I
actually
was there with you.
delicious.
It was really great.
Mhm.
I like a good breakfast, good local
9.7
diner.
out
Like,
of
it's probably
12.
dirty back in the kitchen, but you don't care.
Yeah, well, sometimes though, like diner food just feels kind of heavy.
I like it.
You know, and if
It's
you're
a
just
lot
not
point,
heavier.
though, right?
100%.
Yeah, it is a
Just
point.
want
You
to
go
sit.
Yeah,
a good
Okay.
9 a.m., 10 a.m. breakfast, and then you're just good for like most of the day.
Yeah, but so many calories.
Landon's a growing boy.
yeah,
Landon's
What?
off the diet.
Growing
I'm
which
off
way?
the diet. I'm off the diet.
That one salad just was
Yeah,
enough for
I mean,
you.
well, I mean, after a couple weeks of hardcore dieting, I lost like 45 pounds, so I'm having to put it all back on.
You're
You're like, whoops, went too far.
Yeah, shoot.
Well, yeah, you got a bunch of chocolate covered coffee beans in front of you. That will do the trick.
Okay, Landon's being a freak over
wrap
here.
it
Let's end
up.
the show. Let's end the show.
All right. Dave, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Thanks, Bree, for your
Your 2 cents.
2 cents.
I hope
welcome.
my
2
I
cents.
hope my death makes more sense than my wife.
Okay. So that's the show this week. Thank you all for listening. You guys can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Please visit our website at www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Also follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at HK Hotkeys. Please like, review us, and subscribe on whichever platforms you use. And finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
Farewell.
My toes are cold.